Tally-ho, Panzer people, and today we're checking out Ground of Aces. Much like Scramble Battle of Britain was about the air war, this is about the ground, specifically the airbase on the ground. And here we are. Well, it's not much to look at. We've got a road and that's about it. We have somehow turned this tent into a working airbase. All right, what do we have here? So we've got some beds and we've got 5 of them, but it does look like we have 8 people. So we're gonna need 3 more beds. So let's get ahead and start doing that. And of course, we're trying to build an airbase, and an airbase needs a runway. So let's see here. Now, I think we can just kind of build this anywhere, but I think we have to make it a certain size. So let's see if I do this across. Yeah, you see that's not gonna meet the length requirement. So let's cancel that. We'll try something else. Let's go like here. There we go. So that's sort of like the minimum size is an 80 meter by 12 meter runway. It looks kind of short, but apparently that's the minimum size that we need. And then of course we're gonna need some parking spots. Can put one here. Maybe on the other side. Yeah, we'll put one there. We need 20 bricks and 40 planks. So we need to start harvesting materials. I think we're gonna take down this tent here because it's not really complete unless I decide to complete it. Actually, we could probably do that, but I'm gonna destroy it first so that we can rebuild. So I have a plan. I think if we make a floor that's just a little bit bigger than that, and then we do a wall around it. All right, here we go, 1 and 2. And then I want to make that the storage area. We could put a roof on it too, but I don't think we can do that until it's actually finished. So we're gonna wait. Let's get everybody doing that. And of course, to make some planks, we're gonna need some workbenches. So a saw station. I think we could put this near where the trees are. We'll put that there. And of course, we'll harvest all of these. And we also need ourselves a field kitchen. Otherwise, everybody's gonna start getting hungry. So they're just busy building that runway for now. And then we're gonna have to designate some of these to destroy. And they're working away at it. It's very RimWorld-like in a lot of ways. In fact, I think we can actually set some of these guys to just build. Oh no. Oh, well, okay, wait. I'm moving stuff around and I don't know what that stuff is. Okay, we can turn on and off different jobs. So for example, Ian Prickett here, we'll turn off gardening, we'll turn off medicine for him, and then we'll turn off cooking and crafting. And then he'll just be doing general labor. Oh, they have a schedule as well. So they're working from 8 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So 8 to 8. I could change that, but I think everyone's gonna start dying of exhaustion if I do that. I could set leisure time, like there, in the middle of the day, but that would just be silly. Obviously you want it at noon, and then we'll work 1 extra hour. Actually, you know what? We'll do that. That's tea time. They are British after all. They probably need it. There are people sleeping on the floor because we haven't finished the beds yet. We'll get to it tomorrow. All right, they're taking the tarps over here and they're starting to build the tent, which is quite useful. And I think they're deconstructing the one that's on the inside, which is good. We're recycling the resources that are already there. Because I think tarp is basically infinitely recyclable, but it does deteriorate if you leave it out. So you put it on the floor and it degrades 10% slower. But if you don't have a roof on top, it degrades even faster. So that is an issue. We will need to get that sorted out, which is why we're building this tent. All right, now that that's done, we can start to put this roof on top. And you can see it has to be connected by walls on at least 3 of the sides. So I can leave part of it uncovered if I really want to. I'm not entirely sure why you would want to do that. But yeah, we can just connect it up like that. It changed direction, weirdly, but it's fine. Because once that's done, then all of this stuff can be moved in there. And that'll be the same for everything else that we put in there. All right, busy building this runway. And I think they're done for the day. They're eating food right now. And then off to sleep. The beds are actually assigned to individual people too. So I think the beds here are actually pre-assigned even if they're not done. What is this dog trying to do? Owen Manfield found a rather small spider in a tarp pile and is now running away in panic. Yeah, like I said, kind of a RimWorld-y style game. There's a lot of random events and they do sometimes result in things being destroyed. But yes, we are building that roof. It is kind of coming together. Although if I'm too close to it, you can't actually see it. There it is. There we go. It is done. Now, the main issue being we are about to run out of supplies, I think. These rations They degrade very, very slowly, which is good. But we have 61 of them, and they will eventually run out. Probably sooner than I'd like them to. Which means we're going to have to start harvesting food. We can start with these wild mushrooms and berries. They can eat these, but it is better if you prepare meals. Also, we have raw water. I've never experienced this cooked water before, but raw water is something. It's coming up to the end of the workday, and we're almost done with the runway. We're like, what, 3 days into this? And we now have a functioning runway. Oh, there's a rock on it. Okay, not yet functioning runway. Almost. Gotta get rid of that rock. And then, well, I mean, you can fly over that. That'll be fine. And Ian Prickett is hard at work today, moving everything into our new storage area. Finally. Somebody's actually doing it. I mean, after all, what's the point of having a covered stockpile if nobody uses it? I've just realized there probably needs to be more access to this thing. It would help if we could actually get in from more directions. So I'm just going to add more doors so they can get in and out more easily. All right, Jeffrey Trubshaw's hammering away at this rock, and we're almost done with the runway. But breaking rocks takes a long time. Ooh, that's not good. Yep, that's raw food from all these harvested mushrooms that's just being left out like that. That's going to spoil. That's not good. So what I think we need to do is start prioritizing some people onto just general labor. So I think David Gibbs over here, we're going to take you off of construction. We'll do crafting and labor only. So then we have somebody that's always just moving things. I gotta be honest, I don't think they get a lot done during the day. I mean, it's 16th of August 1940, the war's already started, and we have a runway and nothing else. It's not much of an airbase. We don't even have all of the beds set up yet, but we're about to fix that by getting some of these planks done. So I think we're gonna do a repeating cycle of 10 planks. It takes 2 logs to do 10 planks, and we are gonna need planks for just about everything, so it'd be a good idea to just get that continuously going. Base morale is doing pretty okay. We're at 54.29, and that's all a modifier based on what these guys are doing, so how happy they are, how much energy they've got. They do have a lot of energy at the end of the day. It shouldn't be surprising, but it is. While we're here, I thought I'd mention a cool ability that does set this apart from a lot of the other like colony management games. The radio ability, because you can call a local village and trade stuff, or recruit people, or you can call headquarters for supplies. And this is all part of the main game. This is still an early version of the game, the demo. So when this is out, there's gonna be a lot more stuff. All right, we finally have our kitchen set up. So I've set the meals prep to be 10 times. So it takes 2 food to make 10 meals, and that's on a repeating cycle. We can also purify water. So it takes 2 water to make 1 purified water. Probably don't need 20 purified waters. We're going to do 10, and then we'll see how that goes. So that's not going to be on repeating because we need to collect water every time to make that happen. But I do want to harvest these mushrooms down here as well, so we have enough. Also, something I've just noticed, this tent over here, I was wondering what this was. There's a toilet in there. That's what that is. I thought that was supposed to be an outdoor toilet, but apparently they need their privacy in a little tent. Well, it's better than a hole in the ground, I'll put it that way. Also, we're finally getting those beds built, so those guys don't have to sleep on the floor anymore, but I don't think they really mind so much. Morale's still pretty good, all things considered. I think I made the stockpile a little too big, though, because we have not a lot of space being used here. But all that raw food is actually going into something, so that's not too bad. All right, who we have cooking here? Who are you? Hugh Anderson is currently cooking meals. So that's a meals pile right there. Yep, that's exactly how I would cook too. Basically, you take the carrots, put them on the cutting board, and you poke them for a little while. Eventually, they do actually turn into a proper meal if you poke them hard enough. I mean, most things become meals when you poke them hard enough. All right, so something that we are going to need are these parking spots. Now, I don't know why there's a slight bug there where it's telling me about exposed to the ground stuff. That's not anything to do with the parking spot. But we do need these bricks, and the only way we're going to make those is with a workbench right here, which is a brick station. So just going to get that going. So in order to make bricks, we need the right materials. Ooh, what is this? Oh, there's something here. Can we deconstruct this? Yeah, let's deconstruct that. We might get some materials out of that. But what we need are these clay pits. So clay is what we turn into bricks. And so we can harvest that, and that'll give us some clay. We also have sand. Sand is going to be used for a few things, and We don't need it just yet, but we will need it soon. The only problem is this clay pit's really, really far away, so it's a long way to haul that. So I don't see one that's closer. No, there's not one that's closer. Once again, the dog is trying to get into the tent. The dog does not know how doors work. Right, there's also other ways we can improve everybody's mood. So we have these radios. We can actually put a radio down. We can do that. And also while they're eating their meals, they can have a little bit of musical stuff. We can also put some more chairs down because we kind of need them. They get some outdoor chairs. We don't have any more tops, so I think we're going to have to make some of these wooden chairs. Nothing wrong with them, but they are going to use planks. So a little bit of building material is going to get used up. But that's okay. At the same time, we need this planning board because this will also help to reduce our energy consumption somehow. I don't quite know how that works, but it'll work. Now, of course, one thing you may have noticed is that every single one of these people here, you've got a searchlight operator, you've got engineer, you've got ground crew. None of these people are pilots. You might be thinking this is an airbase. Where are the pilots? Well, the pilots don't come until you have an airplane, and yes, these are the planes available. There's still more to come. Available to us right now is the Hawker Hurricane, the kind of unsung hero of the Battle of Britain if you know your history. And of course, the Supermarine Spitfire, but you need a bigger runway to do that. So for the Hawker Hurricane, the pilot here, and this is just a placeholder I think, but the pilot will come with the plane. So when they land here, you'll get extra crew and you'll have to manage them. I don't know if the pilots are going to need extra facilities. I assume they will. It's not something we're worrying about yet. All right, they're hard at work deconstructing his building now. It looks like it has wooden walls, but it has like a top roof. So we're going to get some top back for that, I think. I wonder if there are other buildings around here. There might be, because it's just free resources at that point. Well, I had a quick look around and I couldn't find any, so for now I think this is the only building. Oh yay, our radio's done. Well, that's bound to bring some happiness to them. They're building these chairs as well, swinging the hammer at the ground, as you would. I'm not sure if they're just building it in the order that I select. Like, I wish you could select priorities for different buildings. I would like to get the brick station done, because we need that in order to park some planes down. Oh, that's slightly awkward. There's a roof here that, yeah, it wasn't selected because it wasn't visible. I meant so they've destroyed the entire building, but the roof has been left on intact. That's a little awkward. There we go. Now they're taking it down. But yeah, we get some free top out of it. The reason I'm so excited about that is because top is something that's a little bit advanced to actually make. It's amazing that you get it early on, but it is a bit difficult to make because you have to get a tailoring station, which requires machinery, and to make machinery, you need a metalworks bench. And in order for a metalworks bench to work, you need metal. I don't know how to make metal or where to get metal. So you see, it's a problem. Now, despite all the beds being made, we have one guy over here, Ian Prickett, who's decided he wants to sleep on the floor. Not sure why, but he's also sleeping with his eyes open. But then again, he's at full energy, so he's probably just pretending to sleep so the others don't feel bad. It's a little nightmarish. Now, imagine being this guy. I mean, to be fair, Thomas Walker is sleeping with a pipe in his mouth, but imagine rolling over and just seeing him with his eyes open staring up at you. Alright, our brick station is finally done, so we can finally start making some bricks. Now, how many do we need? So we need 20 for this one and 20 for this one, so we need 40 bricks. So that's gonna take 8 clay to do that. That's not too bad. We just need to get them transported over here. Do we have any in here? I don't see any. It does say we do have clay though. Is it all the way at the clay pit? Yes, it is. It's all the way at the clay pile because nobody's moved it yet. All right, it's now the 22nd of August and Ian Prickett's finally decided to start sleeping in his bed. He still sleeps with his eyes open, but he is sleeping in a bed, which of course means our base morale is actually higher than ever. It's all his fault. No wonder his name is Prickett. But we're finally making bricks. Look at that. Just realized there's these herb plants as well, which you can gather. I don't know what we do with them just yet, but we're gonna gather them and see what happens, I guess. We'll probably use them for medicine of some kind later on, but it's not something that we're using it for just yet. Still, it's always good to store it, I guess. I've assigned more people to just doing hauling as well, so we're finally stopping things from spoiling, because we have a whole bunch of stuff up here, which I think was food originally, that's just completely turned to trash, which does happen. I mean, it's the same as like most other games. You don't store it properly and it goes off. So yeah, there's some food piles here, it's 1% integrity. But we also have trash piles in here. Not sure what we do with those. I'd assume that maybe there's a way to recycle stuff later on. But for now, there's not really much we can do. I want to get this herb dryer as well, because we can do stuff with that. We can actually start well, making medicine with the herbs. And we're probably gonna need a metal workshop as well. And of course a cement mixer too. A cement mixer might be useful considering we're making bricks. And finally a parking spot is actually being built. I don't know if he's gonna get it done today, but it's being built. Yay, both our parking spots are built, which means we can finally request airplanes. Oh, very first airplane. Here we go. Where's the plane? Where's the plane? I don't actually know what landing direction we're using. This tree is really, really close. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just set a harvest down here so we get rid of all that. There we go. Very first Hawker Hurricane. And we have missions to do now. Now we don't have enough beds. So we are gonna need more beds for our pilots. I am going to need... I'm actually gonna make a pilot's tent over here. Just a little tent right here. Alright, but there's no time to rest because we're gonna do this mission. Bomber interception mission. Threat level high. We need... Well, we have both of our planes. So I'm gonna assign both of them. Interesting, you can have up to 5 per mission. We only have 2 available. Success 54%. I feel like we need more. But yes, the pilots are new. Planes are well maintained though, so well, we'll see how we go. Alright, scramble, scramble, let's go. And the pilots are away. That's a biblical cloud of dust. But away they go. And, you know, best of luck, guys. I'd like to say I'm confident, but I'm really, really not. Now, of course, if we want to have better success in missions, we can have more planes. So if I have another... In fact, I'm going to have to clear some space here. If I have another parking spot here, and maybe another one over here, I can have 4 planes. Maybe even a 5th one over here, actually, if we destroy all that. Oh my god, they actually survived. We won. Mission successful. Oh, that's not too bad. So from a very simple, virtually just a hole in the ground, we now have a functioning airbase and we've completed our very first mission. That is Ground of Aces. It's fantastic, honestly. I love the idea of it being like a colony builder, kind of like, well, RimWorld, but set during World War II. I think that's a fantastic idea, and if you want to see more of this game, don't forget to leave a like. And if you made it all the way to the end, show our pilots some appreciation by saying let's go Patty down in the comments, and of course subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. My name is Panzer, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.